Hi guys, this is Jason and you are watching, what are you watching? You're watching mini readings live on Ray of Light Tarot. That's what we're doing. I'm actually a few minutes early. I didn't expect to be able to get on here until 9, but I am actually running ahead of time today. So just another way that we are on point today and I'm very happy about that. Hope everyone's doing well. I have a little list I'm going to be working from tonight with mini readings. Let's see. On the list tonight, hello, is it Moran? Hold on, I need my glasses. I know I just had them here. Not those, those. Here we go. Hello. Hello. Rebecca, J Birdie Bird. Hey Moran, hey Jaren, hey Letty Boo. What's up? Okay, so we're working from a list tonight. Who do I have on the list? I have Delilah, Jaren, and Mel's. Delilah, Jaren, and Mel's, I have you on my list. If you would like to be added to tonight's list, I'm asking for a love donation of $22.22, and you can send it to the Cash App. It is $ Ray of Light Tarot, all one word, $ Ray of Light Tarot. Hello, Lonita Hilliard. Hello, I'm from Israel. It's 4 a.m. What are you doing up at 4 a.m., Moran? Are you cray-cray? Or are you in the Israeli army? What are you doing? Hey guys, I'm a 42-year-old man who is insecure about his midsection and I'm wearing horizontal stripes. That takes bona fide courage. I'm telling you what. Guts right there. Hey Monica Lona, nice to see you. Bona fide courage. Yeah. I'm shuffling my cards. It's 6 a.m. Please tell me about my love life. All right, Shagufta. All right, so I'm actually working from a list. Hey, what's up? Just came back from a protest in Jerusalem against the government and Prime Minister. Rock on. Is Netanyahu still the Prime Minister over there? Conservative? I don't pay attention to the news or politics right now because it makes me want to. So I'm kind of disconnected from it all. It's my only way of living peacefully. Yeah, sorry about that, Marin. Okay, so, guys, we're doing mini readings, and I'm starting tonight with Delilah. Delilah, are you here? And anyone else who wants to get on the list, just shoot your payment over on the Cash App. We're just doing Cash App tonight. At least that's the plan as of right now. And it's $ Ray of Light Tarot. It's a $22.22 love donation. There goes Bentley. Right on schedule. The minute I go live, he starts barking. Hello, Joyce Sutherland. Okay, so I don't know if I don't know. Thank you, Rebecca. I appreciate you. I don't know if Delilah's here. I haven't seen Delilah in the chat yet, so I guess we'll start with you. I saw Jaren. Jaren, I saw you up in here, didn't I? Yes, Jaren Ravello. I think you posted your question. Jaren, did you post your question about it's about moving or something? Because I remember. Yeah, moving. Should you move from Chicago to Wisconsin? No, not unless Trump is going to send federal troops into Chicago like he's threatening to do, which is kind of crazy. Just kidding. We're going to read. We'll look and see what really comes through. But that was my response when I saw your question. Like, no. Madison's a really cool town, though. From what I understand, I've never been there. Ah, okay. You've already signed the lease. You're a twin soul. Okay, let me make sure I've got everything here. I've got the whole picture. So you're a twin soul, Jaren. You're a twin soul. Feels like you're in separation though, anyway, whether you're in Chicago or not. So you're a twin soul moving to Madison, right? But your twin lives in Chicago. Sometimes it's good to give that distance though, anyway. Congrats on the breakthrough. Yes, that was so great. I was hitting I always forget. Sometimes I forget when I'm doing readings, guys. Like I'll get really uneasy, physically uncomfortable, and I think it's me, but it's not. When I connect, because I always, say an intention to connect to energy, and sometimes it's the person's energy that I'm reading for, or someone connected to them, and whoa, it just once you really tap into what that thing is, sometimes it helps you get across that wall. You can always tell as a reader if you're someone like me who really who is empathic in the sense that you take things on physically. You can tell when you're getting close to the pain spot when that anxiety just sort of goes away. It's like when you get hot, warmer, warmer, hot, hot, the anxiety goes away, and when you're colder, it gets higher. Oh wow, Sasha. Okay, we'll do you last, sweetie. Okay, just stay on the phone with your mom, and I'll call it out when you're ready, or do what you need to do. Just hang out, because I've got a few people ahead of you. All right, so let me start with this, Jaren. So, communication. He's in Chicago. All right, so let me see what the guidance is. I don't know. Don't give me any more. Don't tell me why you're unsure, Jaren. Let's just see what comes through for you. I'm using the Thelema deck for some reason. Thelema. Thank you, thank you. Hold on, I've got to burn some white sage real quick too. There's been some tough energy lately, guys. Oh no. All right, clear that shit out. Clear that shit up out of here. Go away. Only positive vibes up in here, please. Yeah, it's some gnarly energy for real. Like I've been feeling it in almost all my readings. The connecting, it's really heavy, really gnarly, really nasty. Guys, just remember, all that stuff we choose to carry, we bring that into our relationships and everything else, and it's not going to serve you. Like you got to step out of it. You have the choice, all of us. We all have the choice to step out of the bullshit. So don't be fooled. It is really heavy, but don't be fooled by it, right? Don't let it penetrate you. It doesn't have to penetrate you completely. You got to really, really take the time. Like now's the time more than ever to really arm yourself, really protect yourself every day. Set that intention, visualize that shield around you, right? Because there's some whack energy and there's some fucked up people out there too trying to spread that shit around. So it's really important to protect yourself right now. It's like they're taking advantage, especially here in the United States, guys, for those of you who are global. They're taking advantage of the fact that it's an election year, which already makes us as Americans a little heavier than normal. And they're taking advantage of that toxicity and just turning it up to a 10. It's not good. Okay, so let's get back to the reading here for Jaren on the move situation. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What does Jaren need to know? Like, look at yourself in the mirror, remind yourself that you're lovable, you're worthy, all that good stuff. Even if you don't have anyone in your life reminding you of that, it's important. What's the guidance for Jaren regarding this situation? I'm using the Thelema Tarot. If I pull from anything else, I'll let you know. Beautiful. It's kind of like, here's the thing I'm getting here, Jaren. It's not really about whether or not you make this move. I don't think it's the move itself that's your problem. I think you're dealing with what we're all dealing with right now, which is, I think a lot of us are at a point in time where our deepest fears are coming up, and they're coming up in shadow form. So it's hard to sort of know what it is unless you're really in touch with yourself and you know what your fears are. It's kind of spooky and it's kind of deceiving because you don't really know what's coming up. What it looks like for you is that you feel like you've got this big decision to make and you're afraid. You're afraid that if you make the wrong decision, your destiny is not going to judge you kindly. You've got the Judgment card here crowning you. But what I see here is for you and your twin soul, the real thing that's going on here, you're both maturing at a really rapid pace. He's coming out of this as the King of Pentacles, and you're coming out as the Queen of Cups. So just that energy in and of itself says the only thing that's different, you're just in different sort with water, earth, right? So where you're at, one energy is really about finding stability and sort of finding their way in the world, and the other energy is about really becoming emotionally honest and aware. But they're both mature energies that are going to bring about a lot of good things. For you though, your near future card is the Star. So you're you're off to the races whether you want to be or not. It's not really about what you do. I think, with the Two of Pentacles here in your foundation, it's not, it to me it feels like whether you back out of this and decide not to go to Madison, or you go ahead and go, either way, in any event, where you're at is you're already off to the races in this. You're going to go through this transformation. You're going to face the Judgment, but it's more, that Judgment card is not so much about, for you, it doesn't, because it's crowning you, it doesn't feel like it's about you having to like face the sort of the being judged by the decisions you make, but it feels like coming to a point where no matter what you do, you're going to come to realization of so many things as the result of sort of the next few months of your life. They're just going to be major steps. I think if you've already signed a lease, then you kind of have to do it, but you could also split your time to a certain extent. And I kind of feel like that's what you might do for a while. It feels like that's what this juggler, this sort of like jester energy with the two coins, the two of Pentacles card, it feels like it's about juggling. So I don't know if you're actually splitting your time between Chicago and Madison, or if it's about splitting your energy between relationships, love, and career. Feels like there's a lot of that involved in your near future, but it's not something to fear. It's something to really embrace, because it's not really about where you're headed in the short term, but how it's bringing you around full circle in the long term. And this goes for all of us as well, because where you're at, if you want to get back to a starting point or to the next cycle with somebody, to get there, sometimes you have to make a full circle. You have to get to that farthest away point from each other before you start coming back around toward each other. And I feel like you're still at a point where you've got to kind of move to that farthest away point and then make the loop back around. You're just not you're not at a comfortable place in this twin journey with anything here. It doesn't feel comfortable, but it's because there's this deepest fear thing that you and all of us are dealing with that's coming up right now. And you've just got to find what it is, or if you already know, address it. It's the heart of this transformation. So I would focus less on the physical changes. This is definitely more spiritual, and it's also astrological. It's like astral and astrological. It's about emerging for you of like your astral body and the life you're living. And I think when we start to when we talk about like that kind of merging or really connecting to your ancestors spiritually, that type of thing, what does it is just being centered and being in balance. And what's going to bring you to that place is just flowing the way the universe shows you to flow. If you've made a commitment, follow through with it. Don't let fear rule the day, right? But if you have a deep fear here that's causing sort of this confusion and this like uncertain energy, find out what it is, or if you already know, address it. I think everything's going to be really great, but it's like you're making a long loop. And this long loop is going to bring you to some amazing places. But right now, you're kind of in this, the overall energy here is the Nine of Wands. That's the wounded warrior. So you're not quite over the hump. You're right at the very tail end of it. But what comes through is amazing. Two major arcana here. The near future, and then sort of what's descending upon you right now. So it feels more like 22 watching. It feels more like an amazing awareness coming into you, that Judgment card, rather than like we were talking about. So that's not a bad thing, but don't overthink anything, including this move. Stick with your commitments, but it's okay not to choose one thing or the other, because that that Two of Pentacles does feel like kind of a juggling energy. I don't know if that's an option for you at this point to kind of split your time a little bit, but it feels like that's what you may need to be able to do for a little while, or maybe down the road too. Don't overlook opportunities that come before you because you're afraid of change, though. Don't do that, okay? That's what I've got. I feel like I kind of copped out of giving you a full answer of like choosing one or the other, but I don't feel like you're supposed to. You're welcome. Good. Yeah, I really don't feel like it is a choice of one or the other. It's very strange. And I normally wouldn't do this. I mean, I want to give you the answer, but that feels like it is the answer. So I don't think you're saying goodbye to either place for very long. I don't know. Interesting. You know, but sometimes sometimes we are taken to the opposite end of the world from our twin soul, or apart from each other for years, if only to show us how connected we truly are, right? Sometimes that has to happen. So, all right, so next was Mel's. Is Mel's here? What about Delilah? Delilah or Mel's? Let me take a long, carefree puff on my vape. You feel that, Rebecca? Hello, Stacey. Hello, Lily. You feel that deep in your gut? Because I couldn't really puff on my vape when I was so sick that I couldn't breathe. And I almost quit it, but, you know, if I quit my vape, I'd be practically perfect. So who needs perfection when you're in human form? Just kidding. I'm your favorite. Okay. So we'll move on to either Delilah or Mel's if either one of you is here. I don't know if either one of you are here. And I don't know who else has sent a donation in to be on the list, but I'll check that in just a moment. But if Mel's or Delilah is ready, go ahead and put your question up. And I know, Sasha, you said that you put a payment in, but you said you wanted to wait till later to be on the list. Be okay. Do you want to put your question up? Go ahead, be okay. Be okay, Ocean Breeze. Yeah, I've gotten a few notifications, but I haven't checked the list, so I'm just going to kind of wing it for a minute. It'll be fine. General Love, okay. What's your first name? Be okay. Belle. Okay, thank you, Belle. Using the Morgan Greer deck for you. My mom, a coworker that my mom works with, just passed away last week from COVID. She said he was a really nice guy and lived alone. He was 56, so that sucked. Hey, Julene, nice to see you. Guidance for Belle. Be patient, Belle. The thing you've got to look forward to is you do have the overall energy here is the Lovers. The Lovers, it can mean a lot of things. I don't get a strong hit on this. I think it's really just telling you there is that connection for you. There is that, you know, strong soulmate life partner connection. It is out there for you, but it's not where you want it to be because you've got the 10 of Cups in reverse here behind that. And then you've also got the 7 of Pentacles. Patience. This is about patience, I think. And it's not just patience with someone coming in. You have to also address some things within yourself because you've got the 2 of Swords here. Look at this. I mean, all you need to do is look at this card. The 2 of Swords has this shows this person with a blindfold on and their arms are crossed. When your arms are crossed like that, it can represent being sort of blocked off, being closed off. It's not to say that you don't want to be in a happy, equally fulfilling relationship with someone, but it's saying maybe that you're not ready to be. And I understand that, right? Sometimes we meet the person we're destined to be with and we know. Like if you're somebody who has a strong connection, you just know. I knew, like I just knew, you know, when I know, but doesn't mean you're ready. Like, especially if you're used to living your life in a very immature way for a long time. Sometimes that has to happen first to sort of wake you up, right? Not saying that to you, but that's been my experience. And so this for you is saying, be patient with yourself, be patient with the energy, because things will work out exactly like they're supposed to. You have this sort of opportunity out in front of you. The Ace of Pentacles is, it's an interesting card because it represents something that's like terra firma, like it's firm, stable ground, right? It's like something coming in that's really, really going to be an opportunity for you. You're going to sense when this person in this situation comes in, or if you've already met them, it's someone where you just know like, oh, wow, I've never had a connection like this before. This is something meaningful, special, and it's probably going to change my life. Now, it's in your future as well. So even if it is someone that's already established, you're going to feel sort of knowing when it's time as well as when that person comes in. But with the Seven of Pentacles, this is all about the right season. It's about sort of, you know, timing and seasons changing. And it's also saying there's a strong physical pull between you and this person. They've got the Page of Rods. They come in with the Page of Rods energy. And still, and not only that, but yet and still, we also have this Lovers card, which is a very, you know, this Lovers card feels very physical too, right? You've got these two sort of, it's almost like Adam and Eve, this very naked sort of physical, they're embracing and they're just, there's a lot of just strong attraction here. All this energy feels like a strong physical attraction. Now, a lot of times when you have a strong spiritual connection with somebody, the physical part doesn't feel as strong all the time, right? This feels like, you know, you might recognize the physical attraction like love at first sight or lust at first sight before you even recognize the spiritual side of it. But it's there, and it's going to take time for you to be ready for this. And the fact that this Two of Swords is here, it's you and the other person saying, don't try to rush anything. Remember, sometimes it's really hard to sit alone in your own energy, but remember, guys, for you and for everyone, where you are, Belle, is exactly where you're supposed to be. And it's good to remind yourself of that. Sometimes when I get anxious, because I'm very impatient, I can be a very impatient person. And the more impatient I am, the more my creator makes me wait. But sometimes when I get impatient, I remind myself, where you are is exactly where you're supposed to be. Don't focus on the mistakes you've made. Focus on the fact that where you are, Jason, right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. And I feel that for you as well. Yeah, the Lovers, listen, the Lovers can be about choice, right? That's very true. In this situation, it's not about choice. As the reader, I'm telling her, it's about you having that future. It's there. But what you're looking at now, where you're at, it's a timing thing. You're just not quite there yet. And I think the more you trust in exactly where you are, being exactly where you're supposed to be, the more that this is going to come in. But both of these denote a strong physical attraction. And so there's also, I do get a sense that with this Two of Swords, someone is going to be, if it's someone from your past, and it very well could be, it's going to be as if they're looking at you with new eyes all of a sudden, because they've got that blindfold on as well. They're not quite seeing. It's a willingness and an ability, an ableness to see each other clearly. So a lot's going to change, and when it does, you'll know it. It's just not time yet. And this month, it's not time, right? We're in the month of July, almost August. But that Seven of Pentacles is all about patience, right? And sometimes it's about not waiting, but actually taking action. In this deck, it's really in this deck, it's really about patience and about just having the patience, because I see in this deck, he's kind of got the hoe on his shoulder. And I feel like what it's saying is, you, Belle, you've put the work in that you need to put in. Don't feel like you haven't done enough. You've put the work in. You've done what you were supposed to do, right? It's not as if you haven't done the things you needed to do. You have. You've already put the work in. You're not sitting down on the job like in some decks, right? Now it's just time to wait to reap the harvest, right? So remind yourself constantly, where I am is exactly where I'm supposed to be, because I definitely feel the main thing I connect to, that I feel that I recognize in you, in myself, is a little bit of impatience, like getting frustrated or tired of a certain thing, tired of the status quo. And I get it, but for whatever reason, you are where you are right now, and there's so much to learn where you are, but try to work on the patience thing and the gratitude, right? Focusing on the silver lining, okay? Thank you, Belle. Thank you, thank you. Hey, Delilah. I didn't recognize that was you. An entanglement, huh? I bet that when the connection flows, it flows really well. And then when it's like, because you could have a really good emotional dialogue with Libra and Cancer, uh, when you're on that page together, it would work really well. But when you're not, he does not open up emotionally. So what's interesting is the thing about a Cancer, which, think about a crab, right? There's that hard shell, right? A Cancer can appear to be very even passive aggressive sometimes, and they are. It's not to say they're not, but they can be. But beneath that hard shell is a very, very soft underbelly. Cancer is an emotional sign. So when this person does open up to you and really can stay in that heart space, you're going to be amazed if and when. Let's see. So I hope they do. Listen to Pat. Yeah, it's definitely, that's just a real truth about specifically people with strong Cancer rising may seem that way. They're not always, but Cancer sun, almost without fail. Cancer moon. Yep. What's the outlook for these two? And what about some emotional connectivity coming from him? What's going on? Two of Wands. One of you. So I feel like the problem, it's not that this person doesn't want to emotionally connect. One of the problems is this person hasn't chosen you yet. This person hasn't really made, like, they haven't said, this is what I want to themselves or to you yet. There's definitely, like, I don't know if there's another energy that they're trying to make a choice, or if it's just that this person is not used to. I mean, this is a strong connection here, because you've got the Six of Cups, which for me usually denotes a past life soulmate. Could be like a karmic soulmate. I mean, it's all karmic. This usually has to do with someone who is you're gonna have a cyclical relationship with, right? Where they're gonna come and go, or you're gonna come and go. And it's not someone being like a player or not appreciating you, but it's just that kind of energy. Very nostalgic, very exciting, very childlike, but it has a lot of cycles to it. Because what we've got here, you've got the Three of Pentacles. That's, for me, always starting to build something, like a new marriage, a new home, a new something. So something was starting, it was starting to be built. But then there was some kind of a setback because you have the Ace of Swords in reverse, right? So somebody was not communicating honestly. And then it looks like you're trying to be patient here, but this person's not even facing the relationship. They're looking the opposite direction. They're also coming out Emperor in reverse. That's Aries energy. That can be someone who likes to be in charge, likes to be first, and they don't feel that way. So part of the reason this person's not communicating with you emotionally is because they feel out of control when they are in their heart space. So it makes them feel like this. So your Cancer likes to feel in control. They like to feel like they're in charge. They've got probably some strong Aries placement or something that makes them want to be that type of energy. And for some reason, when they feel so exposed when they communicate how they feel, specifically with you, that it makes them feel completely out of control, and they don't like that feeling. So there is a strong connection. This is a soul connection, but soul connections aren't soul connections aren't like hallelujah. They're usually really painful, and they're really tough, and they're really fun and happy, and also really sucky and painful. It's like a whole mix of everything. It's never easy, right? At least not for long. So you have to kind of just take the good with the bad in this. You do have a new beginning coming, some reawakened passion, but that feels like it's going to come just from, where you guys are at, and having to kind of give this person a little bit of pushback, right? Like, I feel like this person responds to pushback. This is someone who, likes a good fight. They may be a lot more comfortable with a good fight than they are with, being emotionally honest. Some people are just like that. I get it, but it can be frustrating, right? The overall energy for you too is the Nine of Swords. So there's a lot of overthinking and not a lot of overfeeling. This is the overall energy in this connection right now. Overfeeling, not overthinking. I mean, overthinking, not overfeeling. So why is that? I don't know. I don't like playing games. That's what it feels like. So you feel like there's games being played here. I think there may be, but I don't think it's, I think where it feels to you like, hello, Scotty. I think where to you it feels like this person's playing games. I don't think that's the intention. I don't get that feeling at all. But I mean, in as much as this person doesn't like feeling out of control, and when they expose themselves emotionally, they feel out of control, then by not exposing themselves emotionally, they're kind of playing games, right? But I don't think it's intention to play with your heart or intention to F with you. I think it's an intention to protect himself, because it is that little crab with the hard shell, and, but he doesn't have any claws. He's like more like a turtle. He just like has to go hide in his shell because he's scared and he doesn't know what to do. And it feels very, very exposed and uncomfortable. But there's way too much thinking going on here and not a lot of feeling. I mean, Ace of Swords in reverse. Nine of Swords. It's just too much mental energy, too much lack of clarity because of the overthinking and the mental energy. And it's not getting you what you want, right? Oh, thank you for the donation. Guys, if you actually want to get on the list for a question, though, my moderator posts in the chat every few minutes. It's a 2222 love donation only to Cash App. Which is $RayofLightTarit. But donations are welcome. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. But yeah, for the actual list tonight, that's how we do it. But thank you for the Brandy for the love donation. Lily Cat, what should I do? I focus on myself, but I don't like the waiting feeling. Yeah, I don't, well... So let's first answer the first question. I do feel like this person is going to eventually come around because they don't like as much. The reason I say that, and I don't see it here in the cards necessarily, but I've done this long enough to know what a connection like this is. And as long as you leave it alone, this person's going to come back for more because it's a strong connection. There's love here. But as much love as there is, they don't like feeling out of control. They don't like that helpless feeling if they're open emotionally. So you're going to have to force them to be open emotionally. When this person comes back in, you have to make the communication happen. Don't let them off the hook without the emotional communication, what you're looking for here, because you're looking for this honest communication. And, you know, you wouldn't have come into each other's orbit if you weren't meant to have these things come up for healing. So I feel like it is going to happen. But right now, you probably need to focus on some other things and not focus on this person and waiting for them, because they're not going to work on your timetable. And this person is all like Emperor in reverse is a crappy energy. This person's in a crappy energy. You know what I mean? Emperor in reverse is not a pleasant energy to be in. I don't like that energy for myself. I don't like it for people I care about. I wouldn't want it for, if it was my boyfriend, I wouldn't want him to be in that energy around me, because when people are in that energy, they act really rude. Yeah, they're really rude, passive aggressive, because they feel out of control, and nobody likes that feeling, especially when the one thing they feel like they need is to be in control. So I think for you, the best thing right now is just to kind of not, make sure and do what we always have to do, which is turn the expectations down really low. You're going to get what you deserve in this. His passion's going to overrule his fear, but you can't sit here and you've got yourself 8 of Swords. You're just like trapped in your own mind worrying about this. And what happens when we focus on a connection too much? We throw blockages up. So part of what's blocking this person is not just what he's dealing with on his own, but as you're over here overthinking this thing, it's not only is it paralyzing you, but it's throwing up unnecessary blockades for this person to come back in. So you don't even want to do that. You've got to shift your focus way out of this and onto other things, and just allow, Lady Justice to come in and bring things to a new beginning. That's what it's trying to do. So good luck. This is tough energy. It's making me hot. It's tough energy. Thank you. Okay. I guess, who was next? Was it Sasha? I guess we'll do you, Sasha. I don't know. I think I did all my... Oh, is Mel's here? Mel's, where you at? Where you at, Mel's? Mel's, what's your question? And then Danielle, I just got a notification from you. So Danielle, if you're here, we'll take you too. So yeah, Mel, Sasha, Danielle. I've got a few people still on the list. Was general message from Spirit. Okay. I'm gonna use the Thelema deck. I've been like playing musical decks today. I don't know why, but just one of those days. Okay. Right when you said that, Sasha, I heard that's not a twin flame, that's a karmic soulmate. But that doesn't mean that that was for you. But as soon as you put your question up that said I met my twin flame, I heard literally, that's not a twin flame, that's a karmic soulmate. And it was like, but that doesn't mean it's true. That doesn't mean that's the case. But I would say to everyone, be open to the possibility, because I can tell you from experience, they all feel the same. Like, they feel just as strong no matter what it is. So be open to the possibility that whatever journey you're on is not the end all be all, and that's okay. Love is love. Love is special. Love is strong. And whatever Spirit has in store for us, the more malleable we are with that, the better off we are. So I don't know who that was for, but that just came out really strong. And I think it was just kind of a blanket message for everyone. Okay. Mel's. Interesting. So Mel's, you are being looked to by someone in your life as sort of a role model or a mentor. I don't know who it is that you're sort of stepping up for. There's someone in your life that's really looking to you to set the tone. And it may be someone that you're romantically, yeah, You've got the Page of Swords here as your overall energy. That means someone is watching you. Someone is looking to you. Sometimes that can feel almost like a stalker energy. It's not. Someone is really looking to you for guidance, to really show them the way. And boy, are you being gifted to be the one to do that. You've got some major arcanas here coming out. Temperance, the Wheel of Fortune, the Magician, and then the Page of Cups. So what I get just looking at these cards is your sort of trajectory right now is really going to be interesting. I feel like, and I don't know, this is just what came through generally speaking. With the Temperance card, I feel like the person after this person is someone really special for you. Not that this person isn't special, but this person, there's something you're doing that has to do with, a lot of times when I look at cards and I get certain things coming through, a relationship is more transitional than long term. And whatever you're in right now, you're in a transitional phase of your life. Like everything is up in the air. Everything is changing. Well, and he's a catalyst for you too. Don't underestimate that. Just because you may not have the same depth of feeling for this person that maybe you do for someone else, this person is a catalyst for you too. And they're going to have maybe a bigger impact on you than you realize, because when someone puts us on a pedestal or puts us in a place of authority sort of, or value, whether we feel that sort of heart flutter for them or not, we start to value something. It makes a person valuable. This person really sees you in such a strong way, and they should. There's something that's going to happen though. I don't know what this is about, because with the Temperance card, it's about energy being sort of, to me, when I saw the Temperance card, I was thinking there's someone either in your past who is going to come back as the result of whatever you're doing now, right, in the future, or there's something happening here that you're someone that you've gone into like a separation with that's still watching you also, and whatever you're doing now is leading you back to that person. So it's not really about the person that you said was like kind of a catalyst. There's something else happening here that's sort of a broad stroke, right, leading you from here to here. And someone comes in here at the end of this with some sort of explanation, apology. The Page of Cups always feels to me like someone trying to, make things right. And that's coming after. So where you're at, there's a lot of temperance. There's a lot of energy being corrected. And then the wheel shifts, right? New cycle comes in. You come out of this, the Magician. That's the master manifester, right? You're manifesting your best life, and then someone comes back or comes in and they're wanting to make something right with you and offer you everything, and they just don't even know where to start. They're falling all over themselves trying to make your life better again. Hot damn, JC, you're so... Yeah, I can feel... Listen, guys, I may not be telling you what you want to hear tonight, but you can take it to the bank. It's probably the truth, because I can feel the connection. It's almost like when something's like... It's like I can feel the connection tonight, and it's really strong. It's not even my message. It's just coming straight through. So it's going to be straight on. It's going to be straight to the point. Whoever I'm connecting to, it's usually I get messages with help from like my great-grandmothers. It's someone who's kind of sarcastic. Whoever, it's a she, and she's kind of sarcastic. Like when I was telling whoever it was earlier, I was like, she just said, that's not a twin soul, it's a karmic soulmate. Like she was very like matter of fact about it. Like she was annoyed. Like, that's not a twin soul, it's a karmic soulmate. Like it was just felt very dismissive. It kind of was like, ooh, ooh, like don't do that. Yeah, well, the main thing I feel is what's going to take you. I mean, Mel, what you need to realize, these are major arcana here. Temperance, the Wheel, the Magician. These are not soft energies. I mean, this is going to be painful for you, or maybe it's painful for this person, but I mean, these are event cards. Keep in mind, these are event cards. Now, what's interesting to me, and I don't know why, what's coming through is the biggest event of all for you is the Page of Cups card that comes at the end of this. But these event cards are more about the person who's looking up to you or watching you, or sort of looking to you to lead the way. It's for them. It does impact your ability as a light worker, as a soul destined to be here to accomplish certain things. Your ability is impacted by these experiences, but that's not really what this is about. You know, there's always so many tendrils to our actions and to our experiences, and a lot of these tendrils go off into other people's lives. For you, though, coming out of this as a master manifestor, the magician, having the tools you need, and then sort of someone you're destined to be with coming in strong at the end, that's beautiful, right? That's beautiful. So whatever this is for you, ride that train, just ride that wave. Ride that wave right on home to the shore and just see what happens, right? Just see what happens. Don't be shook. Hi, K Honey Badger. Scott says, hee hee, so cute. Love your honesty. Oh, thank you. Finally realizing I'm in charge. Awesome. I like it, Pat. Okay, so I was going to do... Oh, Sasha. Met my twin flame almost 2 years ago. Knew it immediately. He was going through a lot. He broke up with me 3 times. The last time I blocked him and moved on. A year later, and he just now reached out. Very nice. Hello, Ann. Nice to see you. Hey, Malia. Thank you. Yeah, I've kind of had a breakthrough this afternoon, so I'm connecting pretty well tonight. I don't know, though. This assistant is acting like a Karen up in here. She's kind of biatchy. So you're definitely coming into a period, Sasha, you're coming into a period of where it's really going to be time to put the work into something. This feels like it's mostly about you, right? But, you know, and again, like I said, I don't know who that message was for about. That's not a twin soul. It may not even have been for you, because if, like, it doesn't matter. What matters is what you know in your heart. It doesn't matter what I say, anybody says. And I will say, though, even with twin souls, guys, they're really just a mirror for us. It's really about you. And you're being shown that there's a lot of work you're in this moment. The overall energy is the work you're putting into you, right? The work you're going to put into you, and the results you're going to see are never, as you know, about that person, but about you. You've got the 10 of Cups here in your near future. So you're on the path to happiness. So I have the feeling that, correct me if I'm wrong, but I have the feeling that if you have the 10 of Cups in your near future, you really don't care what anyone calls your connection. 10 of Cups is pretty good. It's pretty happy. So are you really going to care what anyone tells you it is? No, it's happiness, and that's good. So I like that for you. And this connection is strong. You also are that master manifester, and you have to make sure that you're always, especially right now, focusing on the positive, the silver lining. My question is, how do I respond to him? I'm not dating an emotional available cancer. It treats me wonderful. I'm trying and wanting to be happy. Okay. It's not, here's the thing. It's not so much about how you respond to him, right? I mean, it is, and we'll talk about that. I'm not going to not give you an answer. But really, it's about not letting yourself get caught up, because you've got sort of this 8 of Wands here, as 8 of Swords here, and it's coming in as an outside influence. So it feels like you don't want to let this situation overwhelm you. If you're in a connection or have a connection, right, that you moved on from, that you felt was a twin soul, and then they reach out to you, that's pretty strong, right? So it's gonna bring up a lot right away. I get the sense this person is not ready to be fully back in your life yet, because they're showing as the 5 of Pentacles and you're showing as the Magician. So I think a lot of what this person wants from you is the growth that it's almost like they want to enter. It's not that they consciously are like, ooh, I want to get a hold of what she's got. No, I mean, obviously there are strong feelings there and they want you in their life, but what they're ready for and what they want are 2 different things. And I think to a certain degree, this person's subconsciously coming back in to energy vamp you a little bit. Like, you've done some impressive work, Sasha, and they're sensing that. And it's not that their mind is telling them to come and energy vamp you, but that's kind of what they're doing here. And so you don't want to let that person do that. I don't care, twin soul or whatever, I don't care. They don't get to come in just because you're doing great and suck your energy dry. You know, no, no, that's not allowed. And so I can see why you're really concerned about this, because the choices you make and the way you respond to this are going to impact these two cards in your near future. King of Cups, Ten of Cups. So you're right on the verge of some real happiness here. What's the response? You're building something new with someone. You need to keep building. You just need to keep building. I don't even know, you know, I think you need to respond honestly. And this person may even feel like you're playing games a little bit if you respond honestly, but because it feels like your honest response is, I moved on and now I found some happiness and I'm not really willing to let that go, especially if I don't know if you're ready. And, you know, that needs to be said in a very honest way. I hope that makes sense to you, Sasha. I really get the sense that with the Three of Pentacles here, that's always to me about building something new. And I think that's not about this twin soul from the past. That's about where you are now. And you don't want to let that get interrupted because of anybody just deciding to come back into your life. Guys, of course a twin soul that runs eventually comes back in if you're doing your work. Anyone who's connected to you and cares about you at all is going to come back when you're shining. If you're shining, of course, if you're looking all shiny, of course they're going to come back. That's how life is, right? But are they coming back for the right reasons? That's what you have to ask. Is this person coming back into my life for the right reasons? Is it because they have done their work and they're really ready to have a good relationship with me, or is it because they're liking my shine and they want some of it? They want me to shine on them a little bit. That's the question you have to ask. And I have to say, I get the sense at this point in time, a little bit of this is this person kind of liking your shine, right? I don't know if they're ready for the union, the big stuff that comes in these twin soul dynamics. So I don't want you to do anything to harm what you're building with someone else, because guys, it doesn't matter what you label a relationship. The person who treats you the way you deserve to be treated and makes you happy is who you're supposed to be with, right? Twin soul be damned, right? And this is something really special that you're building here. And look, you're on the trajectory to the Ten of Cups. Is that with this person or the twin soul? I don't know, but it's there. It's in your future. And I think Spirit doesn't want you to get off that track, right? I would be very honest with this person about where you are. Very honest about the love you have for them. Because if you consider someone your twin soul, you know you're never going to stop loving them. They're always going to be very special to you. But you can be honest about that and also honest about where you are and what you don't want to let go of what you're building, right? Absolutely. Giggle glimmer. Giggle glimmer. That's a tongue twister. Giggle glimmer. Absolutely. That's so true. Yeah, list is open, guys. I'm about to close it, though. So if you want to get on the list, get on it now. Anyway, good luck with that situation. Hey, K Moon, nice to see you. These last reads were amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so that's what's up. Okay. Joyce. Joyce said, because they will be looking at you like this, all hearts in their eyes. That's so true. That's so true. And what does that is not the person being ready necessarily, but you being ready, right? And if they are a twin soul, they'll rise to that occasion, but not necessarily right when you think they have. You know, it's not always going to happen in that timing. It will happen in perfect timing. And look, that person could rise to it. And maybe they're the Ten of Cups in your future. If they're a twin soul, it's very likely they're that person in the future. But you may have to first push back on them and say, no, not today. Oh, no, not today, to get them to that. You know, you just never know. Ten of Cups is with the new person. Well, so be it. You know, so be it. So be it. Is Danielle here? Thank you, Anne. Danielle, where are you at? You're welcome, Sasha. Rebecca just paid. Rebecca was like, damn, maybe I should get a reading tonight. All right, so Danielle, let's go ahead and close the list. We're getting out of hand here. Let's go ahead and close the list. Nope, no more. No. Danielle, where is Danielle? If Danielle's not here, I may let one more come in, one more reading, because I don't know where Danielle is, and I know Danielle sent payment. Guys, I got to get those zodiac readings up. I'm sorry I haven't done it. It's just one of them things. It's one of them things. I'm going to get them up. I have a message for Libra, too. Guys, your wishes are about to come true. Okay, so let's do, who was next? Anne? Danielle? Anne? Who else am I missing? I haven't even put a list together. My dog. Yeah, Libras. Libras. Steve, okay. I think you sent yours earlier, so we'll do Steve, then Danielle, if you're here, you can put your question up. Steve, Stacy, Anne. Okay, I'm doing Anne right now, and then Steve, you can put yours up. What does Spirit want me to know? Okay. I'm using the, what deck is this? Thelema deck, Thelema Tarot. There's Danielle. Okay, Lanita. Danielle, you're up. You're up, or you're on deck, actually. Okay, a card just went flying back behind my desk. Obviously, that was not meant to be read. Well, your message is showing up now. If you make it too long, it's not going to let you post it. So make sure you don't give me any back information, because I don't need it anyway. Just ask your question, whatever your question is, and that's all we need. Like, if there's a backstory, I don't need it. I mean, I get it, but I don't need it. I should say Spirit doesn't need it. Just whatever your question is, and we'll get the guidance. You've got a tower here coming in. And you've got this tower here. It's got to do with someone who's coming through as the King of Wands. His energy is interesting because he's... Okay, this is a strong male energy. I don't know if this is someone I've already read for you about or not. I think it is. This person is in a weird energy. They're going from King of Wands, Page of Wands, King of Wands, Page of Wands. What that means is this person's energy is in flux right now, and they're not safe for you. Why are they not safe for you? Because you come out as the Queen of Wands. Yeah, when this person's King of Wands, you're a perfect match. You're a true pair. But this person is also Page of Wands half the time. This man's energy is literally like a gas gauge that's broken. It's like it can't figure out what to do. So until he gets stuck on King, you need to keep your distance, because this is really messy. There's some messy energy here. But from the positive perspective, this person, whoever this is in your energy, is really going through a growth spurt, a spiritual growth spurt, and they're coming through really strong once this is all done. Strong, could be like a past life. It's a soulmate connection, but you're kind of already here. You've been here for this for a minute. They haven't stepped into this picture yet, as you can see. Got the Ace of Cups coming in too. So there's a new beginning here, really powerful. And it's an emotional new beginning. There is going to be some connectivity here for you where you're going to be able to, it's not going to make things it's not going to make things okay that weren't okay to begin with, but you're going to have this amazing understanding, like sort of 180 or 360, what is it, all the way around. You're going to be able to see the whole picture and understand why things happened the way they did. And it's going to be very fulfilling for you to be able to say that. But right now, with the Tower here as a major arcana, It's more connected to whoever this is. And it's about their spiritual growth. So I would say keep your distance. Use your power here. You're the Queen of Wands. You're the one that's in the driver's seat, whether you recognize it or not, right? So use that power to stay in the driver's seat, right? To sort of usher in these good things. Yeah, that's what I got for you. But behind that person's sort of shifting energy is a lot of resistance to the truth. So be that as it may. So Danielle, do you want to put your, Danielle, what's your question? Steve, Stacy? Welcome and good luck with that. Again, keep your distance from that energy for now. The end result is amazing because it puts you right on the same page with each other where you need to be, but where it's at, it's too shifty. It's not reliable. I mean, that's a big leap and that's a big fall off a cliff from Page of Wands to King of Wands. That's a huge fallback. Major backslide for somebody. But it's also a major growth too, right? When it comes to resolution. So it's really all how you look at it. It really is how you perceive it and how you what perspective you choose to look at it. But right now, it's a hot mess. Right now, it's a hot mess. So steer clear. I want to know what message Spirit has for me. Okay, Steven. Message for Steven. We'll take it. Wow. Okay, what's so funny, Stephen, is you're getting this King and Queen of Wands that I was just getting for Anne are coming out for you right together, right beside each other. So that's really cool. So you've got this energy of someone that you're really matched in a beautiful way with. And you've got the sun here, but the sun's in your recent past and in your future. And I'll explain why that, well, I can't explain why that is, but you kind of know what that means, I think. It means that you've kind of already experienced this level of togetherness, of happiness, but only for like a brief glimpse or a brief moment or something. And now it's coming in. For some reason, you're seeing so much truth now, right? Come in. You also had to go through this period of time. Look at this. You've had to go through this. The Five of Pentacles is here with the Page of Swords. So someone that sort of watched or saw what you went through. I don't know if it's this Queen of Wands, maybe. Either she saw what you went through, she saw you go through this sort of long transitionary period, or she's seeing the results of you going through that, which is probably feels more likely to me. Oh, somebody turn the air down. Thank you, Jesus. Which feels a lot more likely to me that she sort of saw the results of your time away or whatever this was, hermit type energy. You're being given the gift of clarity. That's what I feel like with this Ace of Swords. You're being given the gift of clarity, and it's going to take you a long way, right? What is the sun here? Why is this? It's kind of like there's someone who just, it's like, this is what I'm getting. I'm sort of seeing something with this. It's like you were the little boy here and he's like sitting there looking up at the sun, and you didn't have to go anywhere or do anything. It's like this girl she just walked, no, well, she just like came in and sat down beside you and started staring at it with you. So what it feels like is you sat still long enough for the match to meet you, for someone to just come in and meet you right where you are and to sort of join you on your path. That's what this feels like. So I'm not sure if this makes sense to you or if you know who or what this is, but it's really special and it's really good. And it feels like a lot of truth coming in and a lot of clarity. So feel like you do probably know what this means. It feels like there's a lot of clarity here, but it feels like you're just sort of being joined right along your path, and this person just, it's not someone you even have to really explain anything to. She just comes and joins you, she sits there, and then it's going to work out really nicely. This is a true, like a mirroring energy, right? Like a true match type of thing with the King and Queen of Wands. Same thing like what I saw for Anne, except this person is there. She's already matching your energy perfectly. Also, that clarity that's coming in, that's a gift. So I think it's not to say there won't be challenges in this relationship, but where the challenges are, you have the ability, and you're being given the gift of clarity about how to handle the challenges, where to go, what to do with them. And so kind of, you need to kind of expect that, right? Expect there will be challenges, right? There will be challenges, but you're also going to see things very clearly. You're going to have 100% clarity and sort of that peace of mind to know how to react to those challenges as they come up. So that's really a good thing to have in a relationship. And I don't think I've ever had that. So at least not in the moment. So that's a really good thing. All right. Moving right along to Danielle. Curious what's coming in for me for love. Oh, thank you, Mel's. Mel's just sent me a tip. She said, amazing reading. Coming for Danielle in love. Again, Danielle, Ace of Swords coming out. So the biggest thing you can be looking for is seeing a lot of truth, seeing things pretty clearly. You're being given that gift that you will see things clearly. You've got some resistance to love. So if you're thinking of yourself as someone who's game for love and been waiting for it, you know that's not the truth. What you're seeing is not true. You're not seeing accurately just how resistant to love you actually have been yourself when it comes to the real nitty-gritty of give and take and emotional openness. You've been shut off in ways that maybe you're not even aware of completely because it's a little below the surface there, but there is a real amount of closed off defensive energy within you when it comes to having an emotional give and take with someone. So you need to address that, okay? You have the Eight of Wands, Page of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man in reverse. Wow, LOL, sorry. That's what's coming through. So the Eight of Wands does suggest really fast movement forward. And I think that that's a breakthrough that you're about to have, which is the recognizing where maybe you have been your own worst enemy when it comes to love. Like recognizing that and recognizing ways where you can change that or improve how you interact with someone when you really care about them. And also, you need to recognize that don't worry so much about what other people think, okay? You've got the Page of Swords here in reverse. It's like, who cares what other people think? One thing that I have learned doing what I do, caring about the people who I care about, like, I don't really care if you like me. I mean, that may be part of my job to hope people like me, right? To get subscribers and to get business, but I really don't care if people like me. The only people that I care if they like me are the people that I care about, that I love. Anyone else, so sorry. Like, I don't care if you don't like me. In fact, I probably don't like you either. You know, it's like, it's that simple. And this is an energy of like, you gotta not be concerned about what anybody else thinks of you. What other people think about you is what? None of your business. Who cares? None of your business. And you can't choose your partner in life based on what other people think. If you feel connected to somebody and they make you smile and they make you laugh and you're attracted to them and you like to make out with them and hold their hand, go for it, right? Just go for it. There's someone really special moving towards you, but they've been in kind of like in their recent past. I don't know if this person went through a divorce or something really tough, or they're coming out of a marriage or some long-term relationship. They've been in some sort of like, this person that wants to move towards you and have a solid, lasting relationship has been in a tough situation that was hard to get out of. And for a long time, they sat there in it. They wanted to leave and they didn't. So they're finally sort of making progress and moving out of it. But the Knight of Pentacles is also slow moving energy, right? I don't know. It may be a new person, it may be a past person. Regardless of whether it's new or someone from the past, this person's been sitting, not making a lot of movement for a long time, and so they're going to be ready for something new as well. But they're moving slowly, so you've got to really. This is going to happen in interesting timing because the Eight of Wands is like, whoa, you're moving forward fast, but then their energy, Knight of Pentacles, is slowly moving towards you. So I feel like you're going to go kind of speeding into them, whereas they're kind of moving slowly towards you. So you might be moving at very different paces when you encounter each other. So make a mental note of that and react accordingly. Okay, that's what I see for you. Okay, who was I think we had Stacy. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Okay, Stacy. Oh my God. Okay. You have two male energies surrounding you, Stacy. A King of Cups and a King of Wands. So one is watery energy, that would be like Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. The other is that fiery energy, more like an Aries, Leo, Sag. It doesn't have to be those signs, but that's the kind of energy we're dealing with. Both kings. So these are two strong, mature male energies that are circling you. You've also got the Four of Cups here, which says that you're kind of frustrated with everyone right now. If your life was a chess game, none of your pieces are where you want them to be. So it's like, do you have options? Yeah, Stacy's got options. Nobody is where Stacy wants them to be, though. Maybe the one you really want is totally dogging you, and the one you don't really want is all up in your grill. Like, you're just not. It's not happening the way you want it to happen. Well, guess what? The good news is you have a say in that, and you need to start using the law of attraction to your advantage, right? You can repel the ones you don't want in your energy pretty easily by using the law of attraction and bring towards you the ones you do want if they're equally interested in you. You've got the Nine of Cups in your near future. That's like a wish coming true. You've also got the Knight of Swords. That's someone coming in and expressing some truth to you, maybe a little bit aggressively, but it's someone you're wanting to hear some truth from, so it feels good. You're also needing to know that if you have been, like I said, feeling like there's all these options, but they're not where you want them to be. A lot of that, again, is not only within your power, but it's kind of your fault that you're in that situation. Because the Eight of Swords is a self-imposed prison. It's like oh, thank you, K-Moon. Yeah, sorry, CB. Thank you, K-Moon. It's like you're kind of putting yourself into a corner. You're painting yourself into a corner with your thoughts. Well, mind your thoughts. Mind your thoughts, and remember, whatever is, sorry, Stacy, whatever is coming into your awareness, you're manifesting it. Guys, our reality, what we see, what we hear, everything, it's, once you're sort of spiritually aware and awakened, you can't say my life sucks unless you want to take responsibility for that, because you realize once you're awake and aware, we create our reality, so much of it. We really do. And you've got a lot of good things here, but all you've really got to do is arrange the pieces to your liking, and then you won't be so sort of frustrated, irritated, bored. I feel like the Knight of Swords coming in is going to actually be something that sort of makes you happy, or at least gives you a little bit of excitement. It feels like it's almost like, oh, I did that. Like you're going to sort of pat yourself on the back a little bit because you're bringing this in. And it's good. But what you really want to bring in is this Nine of Cups energy, which is really bringing yourself that wish come true, that dream come true, whatever it is in your life that you're trying to accomplish on this chessboard, right? You have the ability, the capability, and the wherewithal to bring that into yourself. So remember that and work from that knowledge. Okay. All right. I'm going to move on to, starting to fade, guys. I'm sorry about that. I may have to stop in a second. Who else Rebecca. Hold on. think it's Rebecca. I know you hit it right on the head. I know exactly who those two are. Good, okay. You're welcome. Yes, K Moon, finally feeling better. It was a long recovery this time. One of my intentions for the rest of this year, by the way, my condo is on the market. So that's one less tie to Florida. It's about to sell too. And so what was I going to say? Oh, setting an intention to really manage my energy properly. Yeah, I think I'm getting a full price offer too. Full price cash offer. Exciting. Okay, let's see, Rebecca. I know, Camino, I'm super excited. Are you back in our place yet, or are you still in the other place? Okay. Are you back in our place yet, or are you still in the other place, Kay? Cool, cool. But you're going back to our place, right? Kay and I are speaking in code. I'm going a few places that I'm excited about, that I will keep to myself. Possibly. We shall see. Oh, I'm going to be so mad if you're not there. Oh, that's going to... You're going to be there some. I just already know you're going to be there some. You may not be there, but you're going to be there. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be there. You may not be there, but you're going to, like, be there. You'll be around. I have someone in Brooklyn who is going to sublet their place when they move really soon, and they offered it to me to sublet. So we'll see. Ooh, okay. Rebecca. So it looks good, Rebecca, but be careful. You've got two warnings on each, sort of sandwiching this reading. You've got the Four of Pentacles and the Two of Swords, and these are both cards for you, not the person you're asking about. So I'm not going to break these down. You know what these mean. Something holding on to some past stuff could be an issue, and also a little bit of blockage from the heart's desire. Guys, don't ever, everything I've said is true about not, whether someone's a twin soul or not, doesn't matter if you're happy. But. And I'm not saying you're doing this, Rebecca, but this is coming through really strong. In that same, on this other side of the coin, don't try to fill a space just because it's empty, right? Just because a space is empty doesn't mean you need to fill it. Sometimes that space needs to be empty. Sometimes Spirit wants that space to be empty until it's not empty. For a reason, for a purpose. Sometimes we need to feel that empty space be empty for a while to get to where we're supposed to go. So don't fill a space just because it's empty. Don't look to fill a space. Right? So there's both sides of the coin. Like, you don't want to go back to a twin soul just because they're a twin soul, especially if you're happy with someone else. But you also don't need to find someone else to be happy with if you already know where your heart's at. If someone comes in, great. But you don't need to search for that. That empty space that you feel is not about finding a person to fill it. There's something else that's going on there. This is sort of a message for everyone coming out of Rebecca's cards. But that's what I'm getting from that, is there's something there that you're being shown that's you're not seeing. There, you have a blind spot. And I think that you don't want to get too involved, because sometimes when we get involved, we can't see our blind spot. Yeah, friends are great, right? So you've got this Knight of Swords, a little bit of an aggressive energy coming in towards you. So someone really has the hots for you, which Rebecca's beautiful. It doesn't surprise me someone has the hots for you. You've got the Three of Cups, right? That's good energy as far as collaborating, merging the energy, right? That's good stuff. You've also got the Four of Swords. So that to me is an energy of healing, of sort of taking time out. And that's all happening as the result of this. So don't be afraid to learn the lessons, to get things balanced out. Six of Pentacles. There's a balance coming. So what do I got? In answer to your question, I think it'll go well. I don't think it's, from what I'm feeling here, I don't think it's what you think it is right now. So whatever you're thinking it might be right now, it's probably not that, and it's probably not meant to be what you think it might be meant to be. But what it is meant to do is to bring about a lot of healing and a lot of coalescing, right? No, but it's good. I think it's going to bring a lot of coalescing and healing. It just may not be in the way that you're thinking right now. So don't, but just wait and see. I mean, it doesn't feel bad. It just feels like with these two cards on the outside, it's about something being brought up for you. So that usually when that's the case, it doesn't feel like it's about like a lasting love relationship. You know what I mean? I think that may be what this is. I know what you mean. And I think that may be what this is, and I think it's going to bring a lot of clarity, right? Like where you're going to see things very clear, but because there's something here that's got to be revealed to you, and it's going to bring you into balance. Not just when, I mean, I feel like this is why I stopped taking readings at certain points, guys, because I feel like I'm being like unfair to Rebecca. I'm shortcutting it. And instead of saying that, I should go deeper because I'm getting a deeper message. It's not just bringing you into balance. What this is about is this experience is going to show you how not to overgive to people you shouldn't overgive to. So, and that's where I'm talking about balance. It's going to bring you to a sense of balance where you're not willing to overgive to someone who doesn't deserve that, right? Who doesn't deserve you giving freely. And so there's lessons to be learned here, and I don't think they're going to be learned the hard way. I think they're going to be learned an easy way, but just don't put any expectations on this, okay? Just be open to whatever it's supposed to be. All right, I'm going to stop now because it's crazy how these readings drain your energy. So crazy. Super cray. I've done a total of these and 3 other personal readings today, and I'm just flatlining. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everything. Thank you, everybody who was here and hanging out with us. We appreciate you. We appreciate you right here in the Deep South. So silly. All right, guys, I'm going to go. I'm getting sleepy. Love you, mean it. All of y'alls, I'm loving you. I'm meaning it. And I hope you guys have a great night. Pleasant dreams. Beam me up, Scotty. Good night, loves. Good night, Malia. Love ya.